said on the air at the end of the game, I don't know if there could be a coach that could be prouder of their guys, not in victory, for the entire body of work that they've done this year, because it's amazing to me, and I've had the good fortune of being around some really good guys. I've never been around a group that has never, not one time, lost their edge as a team defensively, even when we look so sloppy sometimes on offense. And once again, you know, the last 2 minutes of this game, we weren't pretty on offense. They're a good defensive team. I don't even think we scored a couple times, but they stayed the course and they didn't allow it to let their guard down on defense those last couple possessions. They got a couple of twos, probably too many twos that some people might not have liked, but we wanted to try our best to eliminate threes, even 3 attempts. And I thought until the last minute and a half, when a lot of them were going up like catapults, we did a great job. Happy for the whole group. I think we dodged some serious bullets the first half with foul trouble. Really proud of Riley, Grabo, and Arthur. And next and most important, I'm happy for our people, the people who showed up today, because that's the closest I can remember to 14 years ago in terms of energy and enthusiasm. I said when I came back, the people of Wyoming, they're competitive, they're passionate people, and they deserve at least a team, whether they win or lose, they deserve a team that at least can give them get back. And so we appreciate them coming, and hopefully there'll be more each game following.
Do you know why you guys have that edge? You said you've never seen it before. Do you know why?
You know, I really don't. You know, you'd like to think that every person has a point where they just refuse to lose in anything. And I feel like we have some older, mature guys that maybe had a little chip on their shoulder. You can lose that chip, like people pat you on the back a couple of months ago with Colorado or a couple of weeks ago. I've never seen that. They take the pat on the back, but they're humble and they come back hungry, and I'm proud of them.
How big was JD's 3 there with about 4 or 5 minutes left? His only shot at 10, or only make, he wasn't shooting it much. How big was that? And you know, when it first went up, were you thinking good shot, or were you thinking, oh, I don't know about this one? What was kind of going through your mind with that?
Anytime JD's taking open threes, if they aren't at the onset of the clock, I'm happy. I think he's a 40+% shooter from 3, but only when he's open in the secondary phase. And I think our guys are bright enough to know, you know, we got a couple of good options inside, pretty good options outside, and then that came up at, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 15 seconds on the clock. So in my world, I was thrilled to see it go in, but I thought it was a good shot.
You didn't really let them get out and run, so they didn't have any fast break points in this one. How big was that for?
Huge. I thought from what I've seen on the outside looking in, except for maybe Coach Pitino's teams, I've never seen a team run faster and shoot faster and make more than I had seen on the tapes that I had seen. So to me, that's the #1 priority. They're unselfish. They make the extra pass. They play the game the right way. We just had to, you know, sort of, as I said, hold the fort down those first 6 to 8 seconds.
JD drives in on Maksamba right after Waddell fouled out to get their big gun out of the game. That seemed like a pretty big moment as well.
I think you're pointing out a couple of big possessions, but there's no bigger than 25 seconds to play in the game. And, you know, we got a chance to win if we can dig in and guard. I thought we did a pretty good job. They got shot up, and then we did whatever we could do to get that ball away from the rim. You know, it wasn't pretty. But I'm really happy the game, if it had to end in our favor, I'm really happy the way it ended, because we didn't make a magnificent shot. I think we missed our last 2 or 3 attempts, but we dug in and got some stops.
What are your thoughts of just, you know, this team beating a nationally ranked team, first time since I think 12 years that the Wyoming team's done that? And I know you've been a part of a lot of those big wins. Was that I don't know if signature win's the right term, but just something rewarding for like you opened with, which is what these guys have been through?
Yeah, I tried to make sure our guys knew. I want them to enjoy this for a day or two. And there's a right and wrong time in terms of the when. The when is after all their chapters are written. I said, none of these guys out here that I'm going to talk to, they have no idea how this book's going to end. I don't know how this book's going to end. No one in this locker room knows. But the one thing I do know is we have to diminish this when we're finished enjoying it in a day or two, because we got to go back to work. And we can't be satisfied. And they never have been satisfied. So, you know, something great to talk about hopefully this spring.
Just your thoughts. You're at the halfway point of the conference season, Larry. Your thoughts of this conference. You've seen everyone now. What are your thoughts looking, you know, of the conference and looking ahead to the second half of it?
I would say it's a worrisome conference. If I had the best players, the weakest players, or anything in between, when you're home or when you're on the road, you're worried. And you better have a team that's worried and a team that's on edge. And if you don't, I think the results have spoke for itself through this first 7 games. There's been some, what others would say, odd scores. So I think that's what happens when you have competitiveness like this. Anybody else? You don't have anything? You just want to sit there.